Hi, this video is about using TrackEd for your OP eligible students. So we have here a section for the OP information and for OP predictions as well. I'm just going to show all. We have LOAs, SAIs, all the relevant information for OP. Now this is fed out of OP Analyzer and is the basis for the OP parts of TrackEd. So we have this view here with OP. We have an OP estimate list report, which basically is only that information in a list version. We have an OP estimate report, which is showing like a cumulative OP estimate and bands in the next report, OP band report, and we have some OP versus NAPLAN report as well. We have an OP eligible list, so when you click on this one it's just going to show your OP eligible students and they're sorted into their bands here in the list view as well. So this is useful with your different view options. You can then come into this one here, show the subjects that you're particularly wanting to look at. You could sort by those subjects, and all the relevant OP information is there as well. So with that, on the detail page you can actually print this out, and we have basically disclaimers in here for the printed version, that the OP score, if applicable, the decision to award that is based on the Queensland Curriculum Assessment Authority, so that's a bit of a safeguard there as well. So from there, once you've imported the data from OP Analyzer into TrackEd, it is much easier to have those conversations with students about their estimates. Pointing out what's highlighted is the sort of the important information. We have here threshold levels, so we've got a H9 and a VH1 subject here. So just having that conversation that, you know, this H9 a little bit more effort there, and you can just get them up into that next level. And with Maths B here, the VH1, that, you know, they're very close to the borderline here as well, so they just need to keep the pedal to the metal right to the end. So we're just highlighting that information. We have here the interim subject results above, so you can have those conversations with students about the pathway that they're on, potentially making subject changes. Just everything is highlighted neatly and tidily as to exactly where they're up to. And just basically being able to sketch that out on a piece of paper. So many schools are actually printing out these profiles with the estimates. There is an option in the settings page to hide the OP estimate. If that's ticked, then on this detail page that little section is missing from the profile. So it's just a way of generating everything else and showing them the LOAs and those sorts of things as well. We've also added some find options around the thresholds and at-risk categories here. So we've got an OP subject at-risk report here, and I can pull up a particular subject, maybe chemistry in this case, and I can show that list. And I have two students here who, if I look at their profiles, have LOA scores that are quite low, L8 for chemistry in that case, and chemistry in S1. So I can actually generate that list. I can then email that off to the chemistry HOD, and those are the students that he might want to look at. Or in the detail page here, I can look at the OP estimate list. So these are the two students that basically have been at risk in chemistry in this case, and they can be sent off. So you can run that for any subject. You can even run it for all subjects for students who are at risk. We've also got a subject threshold report here, so I can look at any borderline students. I might look at SA, HA, and let's do English, and we'll show that list. So these students, if I look at those guys now, on that boundary between basically a H2 or an SA 8 or 9. Basically, if I flick through that list, those are the ones that are highlighted. And again, it's a specific group of students. I can have that OP estimate list report, and we can discuss those ones, have a conversation with those ones who are on those boundaries about trying to move up into that next category, or the ones who are just about to drop down in terms of keeping up with their assessments. So with each of these, you can still do your conversations with your students. Everything's highlighted in the places that's needed to be to have those conversations about their pathway, about maybe changing pathways. You can enter in awards, you can enter in goals, you can enter in notes and internal notes. You can use these notes and internal notes with an Excel import called the coaching import, so you can watch the video on that to see how it works. But having those conversations, recording notes in Excel, and then just dumping that into TrackEd to keep a history of it is the way this is set up. Now we hope there's useful OP related features in TrackEd and that you've got something out of this video. Thanks for watching.